Oh my God! Here y'all go with this. Here y'all go.
This nigga's been cooning for decades. You understand?
I'm all up in white Twitter. That's where I like to be.
This is a sick Negro.
What's going on, y'all? Just gonna sit up right here. Give me a minute. Hit that thumbs up, hit that share button. Shout out to Brody. Shout out to Hotep Jesus. Shout out to YV. Steph Colonel, what up? Kayleen, what up? Dalton, what up? Hit the thumbs up. Hit that share button. Man. I watched a good bit of this women's tournament. I caught probably like second half of this game. I didn't even know it was on today. I forgot it was on today. Oh, I didn't realize it. And the timeline is erupted. This is the problem with America. Like, I'll say one thing about Caitlin Clark. You know, and mostly all good players. Like, most of the good players that I've seen were assholes. Now, LeBron is a different type of person. He seemed to be cordial and nice with everybody. He didn't really seem to have that hatred towards anybody. You know what I mean? He was annoying on a basketball court, but he just did annoying shit because, you know, he's a trend hopper type of guy. But the majority of my viewing of basketball American, the great players, you know, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, they was the biggest shit talkers I ever seen. Now, I always got that vibe from when I was seeing Caitlin Clark play. Like, I'm like, this girl's an asshole, right? You know what I mean? She's, to me, it seemed like, you know, we seen her do this and wave South Carolina players off like you ain't shooting, and this, that, and the third. I'm like, she's an asshole, but she can play, right? Of course, Angel Reese did the whole thing. Hold on, let's play the video clip. You know, David Portnoy. I remember I had this problem saying his name. Somebody told me how to say it. This joker from Barstool, you know, the owner or whatever. He going on a tirade. Let's look at the tweets, man. He went in, man. Angel Reese, classless piece of shit. Classless piece of shit. You know, Angel, they won the game. She talked crazy. You know what I mean?
And Angel Reese knows a ring is coming. And Angel Reese.
Now here's Caitlin Clark doing the same thing, and this was against Louisville. Now she was obviously doing that to, I think, Heidi.
I don't know what that means.
This girl right there, 10. You don't know what that means. A Baltimore rat. Come on, man. Stop. You know, it's funny, like on the timeline, it's like one side of people are calling Angel classless, and the other's like, oh, Caitlin Clark did the same thing. Like, I mean, they could both be assholes, but being a good player, most of the majority of the time, you're an asshole. Like, to become great, a lot of times you have to become an asshole. You know what I mean? Robert, hold on, let me refresh my make sure to put this on the screen. I gotta refresh my Twidget. Reese looked corny following around for 15 seconds trying to get her approval. Rodman and starts to two of my favorite players, so trash talk is all good. Also, I'm a Louisville fan. Shout out Louisville! There is a video of her chasing her around because it looked crazy. It did look crazy. I'm not gonna hold you. It looked crazy. This part right here. All right, here, let's watch this. Like she's following around, trying to get in her face. That's crazy. I mean, it's part of the game. You go on Twitter. It was classless. No class was trending. Taunting. I mean, I don't know. Some people are saying it's going to hurt the women's game. I think it's going to help the women's game. You need that rivalry. You know what I mean? Like, what made spookball on the men's side great was like you had rivalries. You think the Jordan Piston era was like about respecting each other and shit like that? No, they was trying to take their heads off, man. And that's what the women's game needs. You need beef. You need certified beef for the women's game to take off. And a lot of this is just trolling. Like the Pornar, whatever his name is, that's his thing, man. That's his thing. Like, I know everybody, like, there's a certain group that was rooting for Caitlin Clark, and, you know, she's a great player. She's dope. You know what I mean? She's showing skill that not a lot of women players have, you know, especially range from three. But sometimes you got to take the L, man. You can't get mad with what are you mad at? She got to get better to win. They wanted it to happen. I go on 4chan when Iowa beat South Carolina. White Queen beats fucking. I swear to you, man, they made a thread about it. The White Queen beat these Negro ball players. And, you know, I'm playing it safe. It was a lot more vulgar than that. I don't know, man. Like, Dave's a successful guy and everything, but I don't know, man. I wouldn't want to be around people like that. You know, it's just like, it's a grifting. They're grifting. Snow 8 beat Street 8. That's the problem in America, man. It's always got to be about some racial thing. And it's because of racial grifters like Hotep Jesus that going to continue the struggle. Yeah, he had 25,000 line. Never mind the fact Iowa had like an all white girl starting five. I think there was only one shine on the damn team. And LSU, they was rolling out them Negroes, them NASAs left and right. Like, who cares, man? Like, are we still doing this? Like, this was the back. What movie was that? Wasn't there a movie? Like, the first. I was just reading about this the other day that the first time an all black starting five beat an all white starting five, it was like. Was it the NCAA tournament or something like that? That's when, after that, they start integrating the game. I don't know, man. But, you know, I think because I think the last game, the Iowa, I hate to talk about sports. You know, I usually don't talk about sports, but that Iowa game was like one of the highest rated games in women's college basketball history. I think it might have been the highest. You know, and I'm not one of these type of person to say women can't play sports or anything like that. You know what I mean? I mean, they just really started playing basketball, like, if you want to be honest. I don't know how many decades it's been, but you're going to see an improvement, you know, with the advent. You just look at how men went from when they first started dunking the ball, and then people can really shout out Tim Hardaway. The athletic increase in men, you're going to eventually see that same thing in women. You know what I mean? And I think women play a lot of time a more fundamentally sound game sometimes, especially around the basket. You know, because, you know, they got to utilize other skills to get the ball up there, and besides athletic ability. Texas Southern, is this BCU? Women can play sports, just not very well. Some women can't play very well. I mean, it's just. I mean, you're just gonna have to see. You know, I really foresee in a generation or two, you know, with more women, more people getting their girls out there. Now, I don't know about now. They putting the trays out there too, but with more women playing, you're gonna see an improvement in the game. But anyway, hold on. Let's officially start the drill. Let's officially start the drill. Here come fucking Chad. Hold on. Let me start my Skype then. I forget what my goddamn number was. Oh, come on, man. Apps. Damn it. I don't have Skype on here. Did I uninstall it? What happened to it? Hold on, man. What happened to my, Something's going on. C-O-I-P-E. Apps, man. How did it get uninstalled? What is going on here? Oh, what clusterfuck. How's that even possible? Hold on, man. Evidently I gotta reinstall Skype, man. So I don't know what the fuck happened to my app, man. Or I could just do a Microsoft Teams. I don't know. Banned from Skype. I don't know what happened, man. They uninstalled it from me. Yeah. So I'm done talking about the game. It was entertaining. It was an entertaining women's basketball tournament. And the men's tournament is tomorrow. We'll see what happens. The Tate boys are home. Free the men. Hold on, man. Free the men. They home. Well, I mean, I guess they're on house arrest. Has he tweeted? In a jail cell for unknown period of time, facing the largest of battles. It was the perfect time for any traitors on my team to betray me. But my team remained solid. Flawless. I am the perfect judge of character. Surrounded by impeccable men. Teams like mine cannot lose. Oh, this is his first video? Since last year, I've been in a 24-hour lockdown, no yard time, pacing a 3-meter cell with zero electronics or outside contact, absolute clarity of mind, real thoughts, real plans, vivid pain. 1 hour home, and I can't stand my phone. Some habits die hard. We must defeat Shaitan. I signed up to his list, email list. Lewis says that boy a cop. An op. What's he recording on? I don't know. Somebody on his team, man. I don't know, man. Like, I'll say I never really paid attention to Officer. I mean, I was going to say Officer Tate, Andrew Tate. I know a lot of people did. A lot of people in the manosphere. Like I told y'all, I don't really fuck with that side of Twitter. You know what I mean? But shout out to Men of Order and all that. Shout out to Hotep, Jesus. But that's not my thing. Y'all know that about me. I don't know. I mean, I don't trust nothing. You know, Officer, who's it? What's that? QA Shaman? He got released. I think he ended up doing 14 months or something like that. They said they would quote unquote released him because all those videos came out. You know what I mean? Men of Order is more masculine than the manosphere. Yeah, but I mean, my whole thing is the premise that I just feel like for men, you got to go out there in the world, you know, and I know reading is some of it, but you got to go out there and do it. You know what I mean? Like succeeding and failing is the best way to your masculinity or your being a manhood or whatever like that. So I don't know about, you know, the blogs, the videos, you know what I mean, YouTube and stuff like that, how much that can help people on their way to manhood. I'm not totally convinced of that. Tucker Carlson hasn't disclosed where he got the Capitol Hill CCTV footage. No, I thought who's the head guy in charge, Speaker of the House? I thought he gave it to him, right? Pretty sure. Man, you're playing with me. McCarthy, yeah. Skype. Recently, why was my Skype uninstalled? Oh, my fucking God, man. This pissed me off. No, continue. Default communications device. Test. Okay. I gotta see. I think I'm still paying my number, right? I don't know. I know don't contribute shit, man. Yeah, it just got uninstalled. I don't know why. How do I tell my number? Calling. Is this my number? 484? Let me try it. Yes. Yeah, so if you want to give me a call, 484. Oh, come on, man. Lord have mercy. Let me put it in the chat. Oh, come on. God, man. Did I not share this? Yeah, I did. Right? We live. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that share button. Is HJ still in here? Hold on. What's my Skype number? Lord have mercy. Oh, I just got it right here. This is the show, man. Me talking to everybody. Shooting the shit. You want to call in? Hit it up. Oh. We got... hey, man, I'll do it. We got to start doing... what's it called? You're hating on the manosphere. I just told you, I already said it. I'm not going to change on that, man. I said that forever. But on the show, I wrote somewhere that if you put the links, what do you call it? What the fuck, man? My brain's fucking fried. Fucking if you put the links to in the show notes, like when somebody goes to that part of the segment of the show, it counts as 2 views. Is that true? Somebody? Anybody? I read that. So I think we're thrown if we don't do that for a show. Like, I can always like re-listen. I mean, it's 3 hours. I can listen the next day. I can't do the whole. Maybe I can do half on that same night. But I heard young men need it. Young men need to go out in the world and get it in. Pause. That's what young men need to do. They don't need to be sitting there fucking on this phone or on the fucking video screen. They need to go outside and touch grass. That's what young men need to do. Somebody gonna warn men? Young men need mentorship. Yeah, real life. In real life, they need mentorship, man. The streets. That's where they need to go. The streets. See, chat. And that's what I say on the show. I'm an advocate for the streets. Hotep Jesus is advocate for the boardrooms, the corporate world. I'm for the streets. You know what I'm saying? I understand what the streets need. You know what I'm saying? You and me. People get up every day. Gotta take the kids to school. Gotta go to work. Got a job. Us. That's who I represent. Not the corporate world. Not the boardroom niggas. Niggas gonna go in the boardrooms and shit. You know, that Hove talk. I be in the boardrooms, or the only real nigga in there. That's fine and dandy. But some of us is in the streets. It's still in the streets. That's who I talk to. That's who I advocate for. Sounds like hating. It sounds like love. It sounds like real. It just is what it is. Bryce is debating on a hypocrite on black people on Ethan Ralph show. I feel like Ethan Ralph deserves Grifty nomination. I feel like he deserves it. He's been grifting hard for a long goddamn time, man. So that's Tate. He's back in the streets. Shout out to him. Diet hack Ramadan. I just feel like when you have like, because I think people look at Tate as, you know, a larger than life individual, and you know, let's be honest. He's one of the people out there in the manosphere. Kevin Samuels died. We already talked about that. Kevin Samuels died, and here comes Tate. Tate filled that void hella fast. I just kind of think when these young men, they start looking up to Andrew Tate and stuff like that, and they're not putting it in perspective. You know what I'm saying? It's not being put in perspective. While I feel like if they I'm gonna say idolized, looked up to people in the streets in the real life, you know, I think it would become with a better perspective than what they're looking at from this guy. Yeah, somebody nominate Ethan Ralph. Ethan Ralph, please. Please, goddamn. This nigga, man. There's not a griff he don't like, man. Like, Jesus Lord. What else out there? Hold on. Man, Kamala went to Africa. That's why I should have named the show Kamala Went to Africa. Man. Oh man, I'll play this.
So many, a country that has toppled so many governments in Africa, that has led so many coups in Africa and other parts of the world. A country that has killed so many of our leaders in Africa and other parts of the world. The killers of Patrice Lumumba, those who toppled Kwame Nkrumah, those who killed Nasser.
Hold on, man. What's up with this nigga's hairline, man? God damn. I don't know what that is. Come on, man. What's up with that hairline, man? What is we doing?
Those who killed Nasser, those who killed Muammar Gaddafi, today are coming to teach us about democracy. A country that has been built on brutal force, on enslavement of other human beings, on the humiliation of Africans, the exploitation of Africans, the plunder of Africa, today is coming to teach us about democracy. If you have no respect for the dignity of others, if you have no respect for the sovereignty of other countries, you cannot claim to be a champion of democracy.
That's real. HA got nervous and Shine's always worried about hair. Let me tell y'all, nobody worry more about hair than a dreadhead. This is easy work, man. Like, come on, man. Like, come on. This is like Duck Hunt. He always come for me. And it's like Duck Hunt. Like, bang, 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 bang. Yeah, just shoot the shit out the sky. Nobody care about hair more than an island nigga with dreads. He gotta be kidding me. He really don't try to go there. I want to see what the South African bull said though. Well, let's see what it's only 15 seconds.
I'm very excited about the future of Africa. I'm very excited about the impact of the future of Africa on the rest of the world, including the United States of America. I'm very excited about the future of Africa.
Come on, I need more. Is that all she said? Look at her. Why they gave him the little American flags, man. Really? Let them shaking the American flags, man. That's terrible, man. I can see shaking your flag, but like, come on, man. She's all right. You know what I mean? Was she Indian or black on that trip? And she claiming black on this one, I guess.
In America about.
Hold on. Let me hear this.
No, there may be an obsession in America about Chinese activities on the continent, but there's no such obsession here. China is one of the many countries with whom Ghana is engaged in the world. Your country is one of them. Virtually all the countries of the world are friends of Ghana. No, there may be an obsession.
And she announced 7
We have launched new initiatives to strengthen our business ties.
type of the U.S.
Let's see. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
The U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris has wrapped up.
Yo, get your Hotep Con tickets. Use coupon code SHINE, 10% off. Get your Hotep Con tickets. Use the coupon code SHINE for 10% off.
A 3-nation visit to sub-Saharan Africa with a call to invest in the continent's future. Harris toured a farm outside Zambia's capital, where entrepreneurs are using technology to help improve crop production. And she announced $7 billion has been raised among private investors to help fund climate change programs, the type of initiative she says the U.S. will continue to encourage.
We have launched new initiatives to strengthen our business ties. We have also advanced our work to support democracy and good governance on the continent, which will invariably create greater stability, predictability, the type that businesses require and need to invest. In each of these engagements, it has been clear there is a strong desire from leaders on this continent, from young entrepreneurs on this continent, to increase.
Like, I know you got to read from the script, man, but damn. You can't memorize the shit, like a couple of the words?
Investments on this continent.
You know, big business said, hey, man, we need them African minerals, man. We need that African ore. Look at her.
As represented, but the creative work that is happening on this continent, as represented by the work that is happening here in Ghana, is extraordinary.
Really happy to have you here, just for you to discover what you are doing in Ghana.
Just represents community and access for me.
Just trust in the process and trust in your community as well.
As artists, as singers.
Hey, what's his name? What's Idris Elba doing there, man? Yo, did Idris smack them cheeks, man? What the hell is Idris Elba doing there? What's he doing here? I'm trying to figure it out. Like, how did he get there? 009? Oh, man. That's crazy. Chad, I see everybody flashing their NASA passes. Thanks for the donation. Disla, sorry off topic. Have you heard the Birdman verse on what happened to that boy recently? It's dope, but Jesus. No, I mean, back in the day, Reese, I had to listen to it again. 00 NASA? That's crazy.
Singers, as skateboarders, as those who have the imagination to say we're going to fly to the moon with our art.
It takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of sacrifice to be an artist. But the work that is happening here is influencing and bringing joy to people around the world. But the creative work that is happening on this continent.
Hold on, I did not create this. We can go back and look at the tape. Who brought up NASA first? I never even would have heard the term North American Street Ape if it wasn't for Hotep Jesus. He's the one to sell it on the website. Go back and look at the video. Yeah, he's British. But you know, he's probably a real popular actor. You know, a worldwide actor. So they probably looking, they're probably bringing him for the African ladies, whatever. I don't know. They might be like falling in there, like, damn, we was walking around with Idris Elba and shit like that. You know how it is. That's kind of crazy. Anyway, that's enough about. You talking about worried about when will the borders are make visit our southern border? I'm like, they don't give a goddamn. Big business need that southern border open. Now they need some cobalt and some lithium. RNC research. Let's be for real here. I guess we're gonna talk about the. Wait, I thought I had. Gone with the Wind. This is some random stuff. Gone with the Wind is putting a trigger warning by its publisher. Harmful because of racist and stereotypical depictions. I don't think I've read it. I don't even think I read the movie, watched the movie. I might have watched a little bit of it. The warning of the latest edition describes the book containing shocking elements, including romanticism of a shocking era in our history. It adds the novel includes representation of unacceptable practices, racist and stereotypical depictions, and troubling themes, characterization, language, and imagery. The text of this book remains true to the original in every way and is reflective of the language and period in which it was originally written. We want to alert the readers that there may be hurtful, or indeed harmful phrases and terminology that were prevalent at the time this novel was written and which are true to the context of the historical setting of this novel. In addition, historical fiction writer Philippa Gregory was commissioned to write a new foreword in the latest version, laying out the white supremacist aspect of the book. Oh my God. I might have to get this book just to read that. Like, what the hell, man? Gregory writes the novel tells us unequivocally that African people are not the same species as white people. This is the lie that spoils the novel. Pan Macmillan explained Gregory was chosen as a white writer to pen the essay in order to avoid inflicting emotional labor on a... Holy shoot, man. How do we get to this, man? Emotional labor? Now we got to get a white guy to write this, because we get a Nassau to write it. They might go into shock when they have to write some or read some of the stuff that's going on in this book. Is this what they're saying? Unbelievable, man. This is what they put in the original script. Hold on, let me put. Can I make this bigger? Can y'all see this? Hold on, let me read the first part. The script that has now been brought at auction by historian David Vincent Kimmel for $15,000, who estimated it was 1.5 dozen of its kind, according to the Ankler. It is one of the legendary rainbow scripts from the movie's production, so named for the different colored pages the film's obsessive producer David O. Selknick demanded different sections of the script be printed on. After production, the Seltnik demanded all copies of the script be destroyed. Kimmel, a self-proclaimed Gone with the Wind obsessive, said the few that remained revealed the many changes the 4-hour film underwent, but that the copy he acquired revealed a trove of previously unknown insights about how crew grappled with its portrayal of slavery and race relations. Here you go on page 787 and 778. Gorilla Negro. See? See? And you wanted... And y'all trying to tell me not to use North American street ape? The Negro from Shantytown who attacked Scarlet is squatting square with shoulders and chest like a gorilla. A NASA. He accompanies the Gorilla Negro and is very big and very ragged. He seemed to be the leader, for he gives the orders to the Negro, though he holds the horse while the Negro approaches Scarlet. Degenerate white. Ah! Wow. The Rainbow script he got his hands on tended to show racism in a more brutal setting, with scenes of Scarlet O'Hara being cruel to her slaves. In one scene from the script, the protagonist threatened the slave girl Prissy with a whipping and threatened to sell her so she would never see her family again. I'll sell you down the road. You'll never see your mother again or anybody you know, or I'll sell you for a field hand too. Although the line was cut from the film, Scarlet does offer similar threats and even slaps Prissy. Yet the harsh enough interaction was greatly reduced, according to the historian. I gotta watch this film. I never watched it. All right. I know this is on April 1st, but I think this is real, right? Archimex, is this real? New York City officials plan to close streets in Lower Manhattan as a security measure when President Trump appears in court on Tuesday to be arraigned. Oh, it's happening this week? Man. I think that was the movie script, Delta. I haven't read the script or watched the movie or read the book. Has anybody read the book in here? I don't know, but you should. Because I think recently they started taking like Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer out of schools and shit like that. I think that they did that a few years ago. You know, I don't know. I say keep the shit in there. Anyway, so Tuesday, he expected to appear in court on Tuesday afternoon. The first former U.S. president to be indicted. This is about allegedly hush money payments to porn star Stormy Daniels during the 2016 campaign. To her on Thursday, there was enough evidence to bring criminal charges against him. You know, Friday, preparations were already visible on Friday afternoon as court officials in the Lower Manhattan courthouse ready for Trump's arraignment. A team of Secret Service agents, accompanied by New York Police Department officials, toured the courthouse and its entrances Friday, apparently mapping the former president's transit through the building. The public was later barred from entering the floor where New York Supreme Court Justice Juan Merchant, the judge who will preside over Trump's case, as his courtroom. I think they're basing it off. I think it's based off the. Yeah, it's based off the novel. I don't know how much. I haven't read the book. So Tuesday, man. Tuesday. Hunter Biden's work featured alongside art world heavy hitters. Look at this shit, man. Is this his? HB. Man, get the hell out of here, this shit, man. They're like trying to give him some talent, right? They're trying to make it seem like he's talented or something like that. You know, he's talented smoking them things. That's what he was talented at. I don't know. But the Trump stuff, man. I don't know, man. I just hated to, like, it's going to be a griftathon, man. Like, it's going to be a grift Olympics. Like, from here, a grift marathon from now till, like, till election time. It's going to be nonstop grift. You know, I wonder who's going to show up. I wonder if Alex Stein's going to show up. People being grifting on site, making videos, you know what I mean? This doesn't hold like any water. He's not gonna go to jail. I mean, it will be crazy if they take a mugshot. That's gonna go viral. Using his art to launder money. That's what he did. I can't stand it. Like, whose kid is this? I just noticed a little boy here. Oh, man. He should be kept away from all kids. Jesus, Lord have mercy. Oh, Sixers close it to 6. 6-point game. I'm going to cut it short. Thanks to everybody coming through. Thanks to people to donate, Chad, Disla. I guess Tuesday's going to be arraignment day. You know what I mean? Like, that's going to be a big day. You know, it's going to be a big day of grifting. You know what I mean? And like I was listening to the show today. Timestamps. HJ, we're throwing without timestamps. I was reading an article today. This fool ain't covering no topics. I just covered the Trump stuff. I was reading a thing about timestamps. They said if people use the time, they go to your video, right? And then they click one of the timestamps, it counts as 2 views. I don't know if that's true or not. But if it is, we're throwing for real. You know, this is a loosely based show, man. Loosely based conversation. I don't know. I like to talk to y'all. Like, spend all hours of change going over some stuff. Like, I actually didn't. You know, I covered the Reese and Clark thing. I covered the Kamala thing. I didn't put that in there. I should have put that up top. But is that true? Slacker ass grifter. I'm not a grifter, man. I'm just a black man from Exton, Pennsylvania. How many times are we gonna go through that? You need a show on Tuesday in chat. Let's see if I can beat Hotep Jesus to the grift on Tuesday. Who's gonna beat Hotep Jesus to the grift on Tuesday? When that arraignment comes down, how fast do you think Hotep Jesus is gonna come online? Hold up. Before I get off, I want to cover. I want to listen to what this Matt Walsh thing because I didn't listen to it. HJ did a whole show on this shit. This Joker's getting Bud Light, man. You drink Bud Light, you for the trays. This is it, right?
They're doing better here today than they would be had their ancestors generate. In fact, it seems rather clear that black Americans are doing better here today than they would be had their ancestors generations ago never been brought to these shores. We can prove this point by simply asking which African country anyone asking for reparations would prefer to live in. The answer, of course, is none of them.
That may be neither here nor there. Also, like you can't even like say that because, like it or not, you know, these descendants, the FBA's descended of slaves. They never lived in. You know, some might have lived in a majority black neighborhood, but they never lived in majority black country. Whether you like it or not, it's probably most people's comfort zones. America. You know, this is immaterial, but I mean, I'm going to let him cook.
Now, you might offer the rebuttal that if slavery never existed, if we're reimagining history without that institution at all, then Africa itself would be in a better place, and better shape, and maybe indeed black Americans would be better off there. But this seems highly unlikely, and it also ignores the fact that Africans participated in slavery and the slave trade as much as they were victims of it. Not to mention, if we're reimagining the world without African slavery, then we have to also imagine it without all other forms of global slavery, since African slavery was merely one variety, one offshoot of this global institution. And now we have totally, at that point, rewritten the history of the world in a way so dramatic that it's absolutely impossible to say which individuals today would end up worse or better in this alternate universe. I mean, if you go back in time and get rid of slavery from the entire world, you have just, it's impossible to say what the world looks like right now. Actually, what we can say is that we'd all end up worse. All of us today would be in a worse spot if slavery never existed at all across the entire globe. Because a change that significant would likely shift the course of events in a way that would mean none of us would even exist. It would be a world full of other people who are not us. So I know that I benefit today from virtually everything my ancestors did and everything did to them, because if any of that had not happened, there's a very good chance that I never would have come into being. And as I see it, I benefit from being if the other option is not being.
What kind of fucking shit is this? Hold on, man. What the hell is this, man? HJ did a whole show on this? Ain't gonna call me a slacker grifter. Let's replay it, because this is
clear that black Americans are doing better here today than they would be had their ancestors generations ago never been brought to these shores. We can prove this point by simply asking which African country anyone asking for reparations would prefer to live in. The answer, of course, is none of them. Now, you might offer the rebuttal that if slavery never existed, if we're reimagining history without that institution at all, then Africa itself would be in a better place, and better shape, and maybe indeed black Americans would be better off there. But this seems highly unlikely, and it also ignores the fact that Africans participated in slavery and the slave trade as much as they were victims of it. Not to mention, if we're reimagining the world without African slavery, then we have to also imagine it without all other forms of global slavery, since African slavery was merely one variety, one offshoot of this global institution. And now we have totally, at that point, rewritten the history of the world in a way so dramatic that it's absolutely impossible to say which individuals today would end up worse or better in this alternate universe. I mean, if you go back in time and get rid of slavery from the entire world, you have just, it's impossible to say what the world looks like right now. Actually, what we can say is that we'd all end up worse. All of us today would be in a worse spot if slavery never existed at all across the entire globe. because a change that significant would likely shift the course of events in a way that would mean none of us would even exist. It would be a world full of other people who are not us. So I know that I benefit today from virtually everything my ancestors did and everything did to them, because if any of that had not happened, there's a very good chance that I never would have come into being. And as I see it, I benefit from being if the other option is not being.
What the fuck, man? HA did 2 hours on this shit. I need to take him to court for that flagrant foul shit, man. That's a flagrant foul. Like, who came up with this imagine the world without slavery? Is this a book or something? That's what I want to get to the point. Like, what the hell is he talking about? Like, is this a thing? Okay, this is, I guess, is a rebuttal to reparations. He's using that to rebut reparations. Jesus Christ, Lord have mercy, man. First of all, niggas ain't getting no check, man. Like, NASA's ain't getting no check. Let me just be for real. Like, give me a break. I mean, I guess in California, they're sending out some checks and stuff like that. Noted that's like one of the, like, what's money in California? Like, what's that money gonna be worth in California? Like, nothing. You probably can't even get a condo for it. You know, I mean, I think you can make a case for some of the businesses that held slaves. You know, like Georgetown University, I think they were helping people out, descendants of people that they were had enslaved. But I find it funny that he said, you know, all my ancestors did. Did his ancestors own slaves? Like, be for real, Matt. Matt, are we sure Matt even had a plantation? Nigga, y'all came off the fucking potato boat like everybody else. Shut that fuck up, Matt. Like, be for real here. Like, this is just getting too far, man. Like not everybody white came from ancestors of slave owners, and not everybody black came from ancestors of quote unquote slaves. Now, either you make the argument, like I think HJ makes, like we all should get reparations, or, you know, and to be honest, I don't think you can, I wouldn't make the case for slavery. I would make the case for the civil rights era and things after slavery. Because I think you would probably make a pretty good case that shit wasn't following the Constitution. But what are we talking about here, man? This is 2023. We're talking about reparations and shit, slavery and shit. And if slavery didn't exist and shit, we wouldn't be here and shit. Like, what kind of what if series? What if is a Marvel series, man? It shouldn't be taking like serious political discourse. This what if. Like, you shouldn't be being what if to the table. Like, what if this and what if that? What if there wasn't any slaves? Like, give me a break, man. History is what it is. Well, nobody's going back in time in a DeLorean and changing shit. We got to live with it and move forward. And like the powers that be are behind this, man. George don't want no goddamn check. They want chaos. That's it. Yeah, reparations shouldn't even be about slavery. It shouldn't. Now, you know, America's even further up for sale. DeLorean sounds like a Mammy Shine name. DeLorean, you know that car, man. Back to the Future. I don't know. HJ just trying to get a check at Daily Wire. I see you.
Because this nigga's been cooning for decades. You understand?
Anyway, shout out to LSU winning. We'll see Tuesday. Like I said, man, be on the lookout for HJ Grifting on Tuesday. I know he's going to come in strong and hot. Pause. Big Boss Ben is not going to cut the check, man. He's not. Is somebody going to answer me about the timestamp? Because I might put that. Matter of fact, I'm trying to figure it out. I'll try to figure it out with this video. They say we're throwing if we don't put timestamps in. You get 2 views. I guess you get a view for every time you hit the timestamp. Like if you got 10 timestamps and like you go through it, somebody watches the video, that's 1, and they hit 3 timestamps, that's 4 views. Throwing. Tuesday at 12 o'clock? That's who he's going to be on? I want to know if HJ is going to be in the streets, man. I want to know if he's going to be in the streets, because I'd be damned if I wouldn't be in the streets. I'd be right there, bro. But anyway, let me get off here. Thank you for coming through tonight. This was like, I will agree, it wasn't really a structured show, but it was good all the same. I'm glad to talk to y'all tonight. Learned some stuff. I hope y'all learned some stuff. Heard y'all. I hope y'all was entertained. You know, and I hope this racial grifting comes to an end. But it, like as we can see tonight, just from a women's basketball game, racial grifting's alive and well. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, y'all take it easy. Y'all take it light. Hotep's been told you on Thursday. Patreon members will be on Best of the Internet tomorrow night. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.